Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you. Not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Fold and lock your door. 5, 6, gonna cruise up this.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome everyone to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here with you.
And Scotty Bonin with you guys.
We are the
Blood Brothers.
And
O'Neillio.
I love it.
O'Neillio. I'm just going to go with whichever one you say now.
O'Neillio. Awesome,
Just
guys.
changing the branding.
I like it. The Rob, O'Neillio.
You're going to have to change your little picture on Skype so that it's
O'Neillio.
it says the Rob underneath your face.
Yeah, see, we can't change our brand to the Bullet Brothers. It has to be the Blood Brothers.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
I love it. God, you just blew a fog of smoke into my face.
That's right.
Hence, the movie we're covering,
Fog.
The Fog.
Smoke.
1980.
The Fog.
The Fog.
This is the first time I've seen this whole movie completely all the way through. Can you believe that?
I saw it back in the day. It's been a long time, though.
Actually, yeah, the first time I ever saw this movie all the way through was probably, I don't know, maybe like a year ago. Like
Really?
Top. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it on TV constantly, catching half of it or, a piece of it. But my Savannah, my wife, she actually grew up. This is like some movie that she grew up with,
Nice.
which is weird because it's to me it's kind of a hidden. It's like a hidden little movie. Mm-hmm. Like I've heard of it, but I've never really. It's not like on like the greatest hits. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Fog.
Yeah, it's not one you like go sought out to like watch like Halloween or like Friday the 13th. But it's like you see like, oh shit, I haven't seen that, but then you never watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you blow your vape pen, does your wife say, "Oh, there's a fog bank out there," and she sees it?
No.
When you blow your fog into your computer, does it spark and blow up?
No, it does not. I will say that this is a pretty good movie, but Tom Atkins without a mustache.
I know. I was just going to say that. No mustache.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Nick. God. He plays Nick. Didn't they name him after Nick Castle? I think John Carpenter did that. He named all the characters in this after like people he's worked with and other actors and characters and stuff.
Yeah, I thought Nick Castle sounded familiar.
Yeah. The original Michael Myers.
Yes. And now the Michael Myers again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you guys know John Carpenter was in this?
No.
He played Bennett, which I didn't really see where he was. It's uncredited, but Bennett is named after his friend Bennett Tramer. But I don't know who Bennett was.
Yeah, who's Bennett?
I have no idea. It says John Carpenter played the character Bennett in this movie.
I'm looking at it.
And then I see it on
right
Wikipedia
now.
here. John Carpenter has Bennett, uncredited. So he must have just been one of the...
Is it Bennett Tramer, like Ben Tramer from the original Halloween?
Yes. Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, very nice.
So he named that after his character in this, after Ben Tramer in Halloween.
Let's see if this will show me a
You're right.
picture
Yep, he did. I just looked that up too.
of John Carpenter as Bennett. No, I'm not. Where is it? Oh!
You see it?
He's the guy in the beginning. Well, I'm finished. Good night, Father. Good night, Bennett. I'll need you to come in tomorrow at 4.
Oh, that was Carpenter. Yeah, young Carpenter.
Yeah.
He's like the custodian of the church.
Yes.
The guy that cleans the church.
The father never pays. He's just like, I'll give you your blowjob tomorrow, Bennett.
Yes,
That's
don't
right.
worry about it.
Or you can give me my blowjob now.
Carpenter was looking young. He had the long hair with the part in the middle and the mustache. He had the mustache.
Good old Hal Holbrook.
Oh, I love Hal Holbrook. He plays Father Malone in this.
Yep, and he was in Creep Show. He's just in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's in a ton of stuff. They had Christopher Lee as playing Father Malone in this, but he had to decline. So Hal Holbrook came in and took over.
I need to go back and look for this. I guess when Father Malone opens the journal, at first glance, it's the title page. Then he flips to an open page of the text that's partially blocked. And you see it for a split second, and I got to look and pause it there. But it says the visible portion reads, something, my college education to work writing dumb shit and this fucking movie props being one. It's time to bring in the words guide or the big tits, tattoos, and shaved beard. I know my horny co-eds would go correct some of that. Something like that.
So is this like someone on set? Like
some disgruntled set person,
and they used it as a journal or something.
No, I mean, it was there. Someone obviously told that person, just write in that journal so it looks like there's some writing. Oh,
so they fucked aroround.
And that's what he wrote.
I'm surprised there wasn't a big penis drawn in there, too.
That's friggin' awesome.
Yeah, this is... I like this movie a lot. I mean, it's definitely got that kind of eerie story with... I mean, they're in the town of... what's the town they're in? Bay.
Antonio
Bay. And Antonio Bay. And then the story of the shipwreck there 100 years before of the mariners that went down.
I was wondering about this. It says that after the rough cut of the movie appeared to be too short, it was like 80 minutes long. Mm-hmm. John Carpenter added more scenes, and one of them was that elderly captain at the beginning telling the stories to I say elderly captain, but really elderly pedophile to the kids in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because that scene was totally unnecessary. I was like, they just explained the entire movie to us right now. But yes.
Legends tell of a dastardly pirate ship. Boogity.
Captain Spanky, your hand's on my leg.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Can you take your hand off my leg?
No, I cannot. Don't.
The little kid. No.
Come closer, children, please. You must listen. To hear me, you must come closer. Closer.
You can hear me now.
Closer. Closer.
Sir, you're touching my penis. I know.
Meet my friend, Mr. Crandall.
Mr. Crandall. Oh, shiver me timbers. I'm harder than the deck of a ship.
The deck of a ship. So that was John Houseman who did the opening monologue. Which is supposed to transpire over the course of 5 minutes, because he says in it from 11:55 to 12 midnight. But in fact, the monologue was only 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
I don't know why, but he reminded me of Dr. Loomis a little bit. Just the way he was acting and his eyes were...
His eyes.
It was like they were both about to fall asleep or pass out on camera.
Yep.
At any given moment.
He couldn't afford Donald Pleasance.
At any given moment, that's true about Donald Pleasance too. At any given moment, he's like, Michael has been the...
Yes.
Mr. Pleasant, someone shake Donald again, please. Has been the man we've been searching for.
Someone get him his colostomy bag.
Cut!
God dang it, Houseman.
Pouch boy.
That's right.
That was the only scene he was in, and it only took like 1 day to film it. And I guess he didn't want to film it outside, so they made a soundstage for him and built a fake fire for that.
Oh.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it was all shot in the soundstage. But yeah, so that he says, "Oh, it's now 12 midnight," and only 2 minutes passed. And I guess a lot of fans had which who gives a shit? But they're like, "No, it's not 12 yet. It's only been 2 minutes.
It's only been 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not been 5 minutes yet, so he's wrong.
Yeah.
It's 12 midnight in movie time, damn it.
Exactly.
I'm just jealous because he's not touching my hard hip dick.
God.
The Dane.
So we have Adrienne Barbeau, Escape from New York, Creep Show, The Fog, of course.
Who was married to John Carpenter during this film.
What?
Yes.
Oh, Deborah Hill must have been pissed.
Well, they were married. They were married for, let's see, so Adrienne Barbeau and John Carpenter were married for a few years. Let's see. When, and he actually wrote this part of Stevie for Adrienne. So she was like cast immediately. There was no audition.
Stevie is just a guy's girl's name. It's like the name. I just think
Stevie Nicks.
It's like she's a whore or something. That's what Stevie makes me think of. I don't know why. All Stevies, they just play around.
Yeah, Stevie. It's like it's like you said. It's like a hooker's name. You know.
Rob Bottin played the lead ghost. Who, if you don't know Rob Bottin,
who's Rob Bottin?
What?
Do I know that?
Yeah, he's legendary effects person. Did effects for Howling.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
And yeah,
they were married. Sorry, going back, they were married from 1979 to 1984.
Bottin got the part because he's like 6'5", and Blake. So I said Blake. He's the lead ghost captain. Was the red eyes and whatnot. So that was interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
You know what? I don't even have my notes in front of me. Hold on, let me grab these. Let me fucking all my personal comments.
Are you weird?
I didn't.
Yes, I am.
You'd be less weird if you had a mustache. Your face just looks like it needs a mustache.
God,
that was a quote in the movie. If you guys didn't know that.
And I think it only took Tom Atkins about 1 hour to bang her.
Dude, what's the? I mean, as you do in '80s movies, you meet the hitchhiker. Jamie Lee Curtis is hitchhiking, and hour later they're banging. That's just the Tom Atkins for you.
That's just Tom Atkins. Yeah. Although you know what, especially without the mustache, I'm looking at Tom Atkins. Although he is a legend. He's not very attractive.
He's without the mustache.
Swag.
He's got all of his.
Yeah, you're right.
He's got crater face to the max.
Yeah, he didn't. He does.
He's
always had crater face.
I know he does. It's just I don't know. I guess that was the thing because everyone smoked back then, and you just knew he was cool.
You know that Tom Atkins and Jamie Lee Curtis are like 20 some years apart too.
Oh.
So she was really young in this. Well, obviously she was really young, and I mean this is only 2 years after Halloween was filmed, and she obviously was Laurie in Halloween, and Carpenter just wanted Jamie Lee Curtis back.
Yeah, I guess he just has a thing for her.
Yeah,
he liked the head she gives behind the scenes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't and then obviously this was Atkins' first film with John Carpenter, so he obviously loved him because Atkins went on to do obviously Halloween 3 and Escape from New York as well.
Yeah.
And then Creepshow. But Carpenter wasn't. Was he involved in Creepshow? Didn't he write for it?
I don't think so.
I don't know if he did or not.
Wrong,
no, I don't know
so.
if he did.
I don't think he was involved at all. So the movie cost $1 million to make, but they spent 3 times that on advertising.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and they even installed fog machines in some of the lobbies of select cinemas where the movie was showing. How cool would that be?
That would be badass.
That would be cool.
I can't see the movie. There's so much fog.
Cool.
They don't do fun stuff like that anymore.
No.
The fog in this did look like fog. I mean, it was obviously probably fog machines in the close-up shots.
Yeah, there were some bad visuals, but there were some good ones too. I thought they did a great job, especially for this being 1980, when the fog is first coming into town and like following them when they're in the car, and then same with when the old lady and the assistant are driving home and they have to turn around real quick, and that fog's coming in and like flying upwards and forward. I thought they did a good job of that. I don't know how they filmed that, but I thought they did a good job.
I thought that was cool, and making it bright, almost looked like Northern Lights almost. But,
the glowing was a little bit. It was mainly the shots of the fog coming in from the ocean over the land that was really not that great. But
they went a little. They got a little bit too greedy with that.
Yeah.
Have you? I don't know if I've seen the remake of this. Have you seen the remake, Rob?
I have not seen the remake.
No, I have not.
I might watch it now.
Who's in that again?
I don't even know.
I wonder when though. I know it was.
It was 2005.
2005.
I was about to say it wasn't even really all that recent.
It's included on Prime because I was looking up this one and I had to pay for it.
It didn't get a great rating. That one girl that's in the movie with The Rock, Maggie Grace, is in it. Tom Welling from Smallville, Selma Blair, is in it. You'll recognize Maggie Grace. She was in that one with The Rock. I forgot what the heck it's called. Oh yeah, she's in Taken. Liam Neeson's daughter in Taken.
So obviously Janet Leigh, Jamie Lee Curtis, mother-daughter.
Yeah.
In this, and Janet Leigh from Psycho.
Still looking hot.
Yeah,
as an old lady.
She is not looking too bad as an old lady there.
Yeah, I like her. And yet
Rob, why you don't have any comments here? Like you've just been quiet over there.
I can't comment because people get all upset when I talk about what a dog Jamie Lee Curtis is.
Well,
I didn't say,
it's okay.
I didn't say Jamie Lee Curtis was attractive. I said Janet Leigh was at whatever she was in the 70 years old or something. Who knows?
Yeah,
Janet Leigh is great. Jamie Lee Curtis is obnoxious. And
she kind of has that duh face.
Wasn't the
sometimes.
assistant? Wasn't Janet Leigh's assistant in this in Halloween as well? Or am I mistaken?
I think you're right.
I should look that up.
I think so. There's definitely a lot of throwbacks to Halloween in this movie for sure.
Is that Nancy Loomis? Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, so it's Loomis's. Is it she related? She's Loomis's daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's best known for her role as Annie Brackett in Halloween 1978.
Yeah, so she's the one that's like.
She's the sheriff's daughter.
She's the one with her trying to crawl out the window in the shed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hot one.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
she's in Halloween 2 as well.
She was also married to oh god, the guy that directed Halloween 3, or was married to him.
Yeah,
she's the one who's like, I spilled popcorn oil on my shirt. I better take all my clothes off.
Yeah,
that's right. Take it off. Take it off, Annie.
And her real name is Nancy Louise Keyes, but she goes by Nancy Loomis. Yeah. How old was Janet Leigh? Janet Leigh died in 2004. I knew she died, but I didn't know it was that long ago. So she was born in 1927, and this is 1980. Someone do the math. How old was she?
Oh, here we go. Look at this.
3 years old.
Look at this.
Okay.
At one point during the movie, Tom Atkins' character mentions Bodega Bay.
I did see that. Isn't that...
Well, they're, in this little tidbit here, they're saying that's the scene from another horror movie, The Birds, but we all know what it's from.
That's Puppet Master. Why do you say Bodega Bay when it's Antonio Bay?
I don't know. He must mention a different... He just mentions it in the movie.
Okay.
He's not necessarily calling that what that town is. Maybe it's the last bay they were in or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says he mentions it when Tippi Hedren's character pulls into town. All hell breaks loose. Oh, no, hold on. Wait, is that the same? No, never mind. That's it. Why would they put two little facts right in the middle there? When she pulls into town, all hell breaks loose. In this movie, when Jamie Lee Curtis... Oh, in The Birds, when Tippi Hedren's character pulls into town, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
And in this movie, when Jamie Lee Curtis pulls into town, all hell breaks loose. So,
That's right.
Yeah, because she's a dog, right, Rob? Is that why?
Mm-hmm. That's right. All the animals got nervous.
Apparently, John Carpenter, his inspiration for the story was partially drawn from the British film The Trollenberg Terror, 1958, which dealt with monsters hiding in the clouds. He also said that he was inspired by a visit to Stonehenge, which with his co-writer, producer, and then girlfriend Deborah Hill. So they were never married. I thought they were married, but I guess they weren't married.
I don't know what the deal is between them.
And they were in England promoting Assault on Precinct 13. And Carpenter and Hill visited the site in late afternoon one day and saw an eerie fog in the distance. And they drummed up the idea of the fog. So,
okay.
And we'll hear that in the commentary for the film, but we didn't listen to that. So
see,
that's okay.
I'm telling you, I might be recommitting myself to just getting, almost buying the Blu-ray every movie we cover, so that I can listen to the commentary and check out the featurettes and all that shit.
Yeah, See, we need to do that.
I wouldn't mind having a nice collection, anyways.
And he said his idea for
I can't do it. It's just like I just can't. it's everything's online or Amazon.
It's true. I know. What
I just wish Amazon would if you rented something, you got the option to get the commentary.
Yeah,
I don't understand
why can't?
that.
Yeah, why is there anywhere that does that where you can get the same special features that are on? I guess that's how they get you to buy the Blu-rays is.
It has to be because otherwise I don't really see the point.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I don't even have a Blu-ray player.
What? No, yes, you have a PS4, don't you?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Blu-ray.
I don't have I don't have a dedicated,
I don't
Blu-ray
either. I just
player.
use my PS4. That's a dedicated Blu-ray player.
Yeah, I guess I just don't think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like DVDs and all that stuff. Like, I mean, I don't even have the PS4 hooked up to like the big screen. It's hooked up to I got it hooked up to a big 4K computer monitor.
Well, what's hooked up to the big screen?
It's all smart TV.
Oh, so you can stream on that and stuff.
Well, why
still.
wouldn't you want to play great games on the big screen?
I actually like playing it on like the big computer monitor, like right in front of me, than like sitting too far away. I don't know. I mean, I could hook it. It's not like a big deal. All my TVs all the TVs in the house are smart TVs now. So, like, if it's on Netflix or Amazon or Hulu or wherever, it's right there. I don't actually have anything hooked up.
You're
to
a fancy elitist with smart TVs just scoured across your house.
That's right. Every room, Samsung smart TV, right there.
Fucking A, man.
See. No Apple TVs though.
I've never actually seen an Apple TV.
No, I guess just the Apple TV device. They do make Apple TVs though, don't they?
Yeah.
Actual
Do they
Apple
actually
TVs.
make
Yeah.
Apple TV?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I thought so.
I think. I mean, if you go to one of those Apple stores, you could. I think I saw one in there.
I mean, I could be mistaken. I need to get the Apple TV stick or just the device so that all my shit I can just like watch something on the computer, then just put it on the TV and vice versa and whatever.
Yeah, I've heard people say like, "Oh, I watched it on my Apple TV," but I just Googled it. I don't see any Apple TVs, but like the Apple TV 4K device is like $200.
Is it?
It's just like a Roku. It
Yeah,
doesn't look
well,
any
yeah, it's like a
different than
Chromecast, but it works with your Mac, with your laptop or your computer.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, I don't know if I paid $200 or $150 for a Roku box. Like at least my Samsungs, I could cast from my laptop or my phone just over the Wi-Fi. It'll just throw it onto the TV.
Wait. Say that again. You can cast from your Wi-Fi?
Yeah. So like if you turn your TV on, if you turn your computer on, you could go to like your display options.
Yeah.
And just say duplicate. Like you make a duplicate of your display, and it'll ask you, would you like to duplicate to a device? You say yes, and it'll find the TV. It'll find anything that's hooked up to the Wi-Fi.
Is this just because it's a PC?
I don't know. I've never done it with a Mac, but I mean, like it works. My iPhone does it.
This is just in your settings.
Yeah.
What do you do on your iPhone?
Well, my iPhone, I can cast from my phone to any of my TVs. Like if I'm watching Netflix or Hulu or.
How do you cast it from your phone to your TV?
There's just like an option in the app.
In the what app?
In any of the apps, like if I have my YouTube,
like
up,
Netflix app or
okay.
Oh,
like Netflix. I can't
Yeah.
like put my my home screen
all right.
on the TV, but like for my laptop, I do that all. Like especially that last movie we had to watch. I had to go to like midnight pulp.
Oh yeah, I did too. That's where I watched it. That was,
that's for Suspiria.
Yeah, and I couldn't. That website didn't have the option to cast it, so I just made a second display on my.
Well, you just right click on your screen and duplicate display or something.
I just went to display options and hit duplicate display, and then it'll ask you. At least on mine, it'll ask you, would you like to duplicate to a device?
Such great.
This is such great
interesting,
podcast,
great podcast stuff that everyone loves to know.
People may not know how to.
I'm about to fall asleep over here.
This is what everyone wants to know, just desperately.
But now we know, so this is perfect stuff.
And the more you know.
That's right. The more you know.
All right. Anyways, yes.
So apparently the wreckage of the ship is an actual event that took place in the 19th century in California. So that gave carpenters the idea to do that. Also bears resemblance to John Greenleaf Whittier's poem, The Wreck of Palatine.
We don't want to hear these boring.
That was pretty.
We don't want to hear
It's
these
better
boring
than talking about
facts.
TV. So that was. You guys might not want to, but I bet you people listening do. So here we go.
Check out this fact. Kurt Russell was offered a role.
Which role?
Period.
See, we don't know. Come on, no one wants to know that.
He was offered the role of Bennett in the beginning.
But then Carpenter's like, nope, that's my role.
So is it okay? So this kid picks up a piece of driftwood that was apparently a coin before that.
Which, when he picks it up, it's not wet. If you guys noticed that.
Then his mom takes it to the lighthouse, which is, let's just all admit, is a badass radio station location.
Yeah, it's Point Reyes Lighthouse in California. Actually, it's an actual location.
I would definitely live there. That'd be badass.
Yeah,
No, it's very
edge
awesome.
edge of the cliffside, overlooking the ocean. You kidding me?
So anyway, she brings it in there. It starts leaking, and then it catches on fire. And she goes way overboard with the fire extinguisher. She sprays it for like 5 minutes. And even though it's clearly out on first exposure to the fire extinguisher. And then she just turns around and just leaves it there.
And it goes, well, it says 6 must die. It turns to 6 must die. And that's obviously, we get the people that died in the shipwreckage need to kill the 6 people.
But she just leaves it there. Like, it could just start on fire again. I would, like, put it outside at least.
She wants it as evidence.
I would set it outside the door at least or something.
No, I mean, not everybody has the forethought.
Well,
the tactical forethought as us podcast hosts.
Of course.
She thought she was hallucinating because it goes back to saying Dane for the Elizabeth Dane ship, and she just leaves it there because she thought it was all a dream. Because the radio goes back on, everything goes back to normal, so she just leaves it there.
The next movie we make, I want it to be like the shortest horror movie ever made, to where the people make good decisions and the movie ends like in about like a minute 30.
Oh, so you want to make a short film, 1:30 long?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just think that'd be great. Credits open, it's real scary, it's real eerie. Instead of the main actress or whatever puts the knife down or shoots the bad guy one time in the shoulder.
Yes,
and it's like, oh, everything's okay. I'm gonna just drop the gun. No, they're just like the bad guy turns the corner. He's the girl's walking through the house all scared. She hears the creaks and bumps. And just the guy turns the corner and she just cuts him in half with a shotgun and then boom, credits roll.
Done deal. Simple.
It's over.
It's like, because this only happens to stupid people.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Fog only comes in.
Well, no, I just
100 years. Every 100 years.
I'd have been gone out of that town. Like, as soon as like the schooner went missing and like creepy weirdness started happening, because any of those signs, like. No,
all these things keep moving and turning on and sounding off by themselves without you doing anything.
And you live in a town with this like terrible legend behind it. It's not new news to the most part. They know about for the most part, I'm sure they know about the evil pirates, or the legend of it. It's like, okay, cool. Fog's pretty thick, isn't it, honey? Yeah. Let's get the kids.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Kids. Let's go a couple of towns over. We'll eat dinner. Maybe we'll spend the night at like a nice B&E. And then we'll come back.
B&E?
B&B. I'm sorry.
Not B&E, a little Dane Cook there.
Airbnb.
A little breaking and entering.
That's right. Then come back home and we'll just see what happens. If the neighbors are dead, then that stinks. If they're alive, then it was cool. We had a good night.
Yeah.
I have a couple. First of all, this kid, Spaghetti Cheeks too.
Yeah, he's a little. He's
not nearly as annoying as what's the other kid's name, but he does have spaghetti cheeks.
I forgot what his name is.
I think
already.
he's sort of special needs. I really do. He's on the spectrum.
It could be. I mean,
yeah, he's just a little.
What's the little kid's name again?
I'm trying. I can't. What was his name? I'm forgetting.
Oh yeah. Her son. And she's like calling out on the radio station, find my son. Why didn't she just leave and go get her son and go back? But she has to do the duty of telling everyone on the radio station that the fog's going to kill them. She should have just left. And Atkins happened to be right by their house to go get him.
And maybe not say like fog, because it seems like that's a little bit less believable.
Yeah.
Maybe like it's like a radioactive fog. Like a uranium plant exploded. This fog's radioactive. You know, if you're trying to tell people it's a supernatural fog that may or may not have like undead pirates in it, they're probably not going to believe you.
Yeah.
You know, just tell them that it's some act of terrorism, and you know maybe they'll take you seriously.
Andy. Yes, exactly.
I don't think
his name's Andy.
I don't think that Nancy Loomis is related to well, obviously because it's Dr. Loomis is a character, and Nancy Loomis is a real person.
Yeah, that's an obvious right there. You thought that Donald Pleasance.
I just didn't want anyone thinking that we thought Nancy was related to Donald Pleasance.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Anyways.
I'm just really sad that Mrs. Kobritz died.
Yeah, she was just a reliable housekeeper.
I loved her. She was the best babysitter ever, and she had to die. The fog took her out.
It seems like when the fog rolled in, and really the only people that ran and made it up to the church was, Tom Atkins and Janet Leigh and
Nancy
Jamie
Loomis.
Curtis. Nancy Loomis. I don't know that it ever showed us back at the town meeting where they were having that celebration, but it seemed like all of them were fine, and they should have just stayed there.
Yeah.
Like, did any of it reach the town at all, or was it specifically chasing these 5 people?
Yeah, because where did all those... I mean, the radio was going. Where did all those people go? I mean, yeah, they didn't...
I just think we should have had some scenes, maybe they ran out of money, of the fog terrorizing a few more random people in the middle of town or at that event or something.
Yeah, like terrorizing all of them and a bunch of people getting killed and running around crazy. That would have been nice. Yes.
It does say that Carpenter had mentioned in an interview with Fangoria that he would like to have turned The Fog into a anthology series, like based on The Fog, and then as it went along, it would slowly have ties back to the original, but it would start out with nothing from the original except for this fog, this catalyst for another supernatural event in a nearby city. But we all know how people get whiny when Carpenter wants to create an anthology instead of doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, of course he has to create something like that. Yeah, apparently
Halloween 3. Anyone? Halloween 3.
Oh yeah, I got that. Yeah. I got it.
Yes.
Carpenter was actually, he didn't like the film at first because he said it was terrible and the movie didn't work, but then they actually added the monologue at the very beginning, so that never was in there. Telling stories by the campfire, and then they added several other new scenes and reshot it in order to make it more comprehensible. More fighting and gorier, which I didn't see a lot of gore.
Yeah, it says there really isn't any.
Yeah. But then they said the reshoot became especially clear to them after they realized The Fog would have to compete with other horror films that had high gore. But yeah, there wasn't really that much. But so it increased the film's budget from $1 million to $1.1 million. Yes. Yes. Holy shit! Did you hear that?
Sakes! Holy Lord above!
Bless me in the butt.
Oh, I just got a boner. The hardness of a ship deck.
God bless it.
That means it's time for the
horror halftime. Elizabeth Dane ship deck.
Oh God! So many of you guys participated. It was a dream come true. Everyone had awesome memes.
So many great memes.
So many awesome memes. They were from all the regulars, so we don't technically have anyone winning any merchandise once again. Well, not once again. We did have a winner last week, but merchandise this week. Although I will share my favorite meme. Probably has to be just because of the visual. Rob's face put into the cast of Jersey Shore.
Oh, that was great.
Yes, as Snooki.
That was great. As Snooki.
See, I don't know the names of these people.
You do. You're just playing ignorant.
No, I don't know the names of these people.
You are a fan.
You know Snooki.
So yes, Rob. I think Rob is very picky and bitchy, like I'm assuming Snooki is. Yes, am I right?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I mean you're right about Snooki, but not me. I am probably the most unopinionated person
Really? I don't think time has proved you wrong, dear sir.
Apparently, people think that I'm picky now.
Yeah, well, you don't like any movies ever.
I haven't said that I like this movie.
Oh yeah, we didn't get your final take on it. All right, well that was my favorite meme. Does anyone else have a favorite meme?
I think my favorite meme is the Rob wakes up with a turgid penis.
Yeah, I like that from Teddy Thomas. That was great.
Done. Yes, Teddy Thomas did amazing. And then of course Teddy Thomas.
He did the Kevin Costner one too.
Yes,
yeah.
with me and Kevin Costner in the hot tub.
Did your toe just touch my leg? No, that was just my dick.
That was the Suspiria pool.
Yeah, the Suspiria pool with them swimming around. I love David Martin's though with the Jaeger bombs. Yeah, I watched fucking Suspiria. What the fuck of it, skank? Jaeger.
Fucking skanks.
Not now, Chief. I'm fucking in the zone.
Fucking skanks.
So yeah, that was a good one, David Martin. That was good.
Dave Heinrich with in 1977 John Claude.
Oh yeah,
accepted to the Tanz Dance Academy.
That was great.
In his wake, he left a dead witch and a rash of mysterious, some say divine pregnancies.
Good stuff.
Kyle Trombley had good ones. Aaron Garcia.
Aaron Garcia's was very good with me, Mario, and Steven Seagal as the Haters Club.
Yep. So good memes all around. Everyone's
great
awesome.
Memes, guys.
Participated. So those are our favorites. I will make an announcement that we are gonna wipe the slate clean at the end of the year. So starting January 1st, we'll give out prizes again, even to the people that have won already. So keep competing. As we start moving forward in January, you can win again, and we'll send you something that you don't have already.
The slate will be wiped clean with new winners.
We'll pick a winner every week.
Yes.
Last
one, Chon Lee with Lansdale. That was a good one too.
Of course, anyone who hasn't won and competes can still win this year. So go ahead and compete.
Yes.
All right, that concludes the Hoarder halftime. Yes. So I don't want to I'm not like jumping to the end or anything, but I just want to note that everything is like done and over, and the first thing is Atkins just comes out and just has a cigarette.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Atkins needed a cig after all that. I mean, he's like, oh fuck.
Oh, big time.
Give me a cig. And you know what? Too they're trying to leave Andy's house after they got him, and the fog's coming towards him. They're on both sides of the truck, and for some reason, Jamie Lee Curtis is driving the truck.
Yeah, and she can't. She doesn't know how to shift fucking gears. She can't put it in reverse. She doesn't know how to start it.
And you could just see Nick Atkins just sitting there like, "Fuck! I should have just driven this fucking thing. He should have just driven. He would have got out right away."
He's sitting there like, women.
He's sitting there like Jamie Lee Curtis. There's plenty of women that could drive a stick shift.
That was a cool old little truck.
Yeah, it was. It's kind of funny how like she just sticks around with him. Like she just meets him. They sleep together.
It's the Atkins aura.
And Jamie Lee Curtis, Elizabeth, she just sticks around and it's like I can't leave.
I think it would happen to even us.
Yeah.
You know, Tom Atkins picks us up on the side of the road. We'd probably sleep with him within the next hour.
Yeah.
And then we'd be attached.
Yeah. I'd want to hang out with Tom Atkins during a fog that kills everyone, and he's helping me get out of it.
And you know, he has his beer while he's driving, so
gives her a sip, of course.
Normal Tom Atkins behavior.
Yeah.
And I thought he was gonna chug the beer he found in the boat too, but he was just testing it for salt water.
Yeah, that's right. You want to make sure.
That's right.
Got to make sure.
And when they were in that boat, like they're sitting there, and the locker, like the handle's like jiggling up and down. How was that happening? Like it opens,
I don't know.
And then just all this stuff falls out. But it must be the fog jiggling it too.
That was strange.
And then poor Dan or whatever, his eyes got gouged out.
Well, he got what he deserved.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
How did he deserve that? He was just a young shipmate aboard, learning the ropes.
He knew the risk. He knew the risk when he got on the boat.
Yeah. Yes, he did. He did know the risk. Damn it.
Okay. All right.
Apparently, the movie wasn't it? It was shot. It was a small budget, but it was shot in a different camera mode that made it look better. And I forgot what that camera mode was. I just had it.
I don't know shit about camera modes.
Oh yeah, so. Carpenter chose to shoot it in anamorphic 2.35 format, preventing it from looking like a low budget horror film.
Ooh, fancy.
He's good at that. He did the same thing with Halloween when he went the extra mile to get the film developed a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is good at that. He knows what he wants.
Yeah.
Filming did take place in 1979, so the year before it came out, at Raleigh Studios in Hollywood, California, and on location at Point Reyes, where the lighthouse was. So it was everywhere in California, and the Episcopal Church of in Sierra Madre, California.
Ooh,
that's where the church was. Episcopal Church.
Yeah, you
got some more facts, Danny?
Well, no, not that are any of interest.
No, damn it.
No. Yeah, no.
It was kind of a cool story. I mean, like the story of then Holbrook's grandfather was part of the 6 people.
I like the music a lot. Carpenter did the music, and I think he nailed it again.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and I, you know what I wonder about Carpenter? I just telling from his scores. I don't know that he's like even knows how to read music or really play the piano, but it seems like he just sits down and just with one hand just pounds out what he thinks sounds creepy, and calls it a score.
He's just good.
Yeah.
I mean, he just doesn't have to be classically trained. He gets the job done.
Yeah. I think that's how it happens.
Yeah. He has that ear,
So did you like this movie, Rob?
I did like this movie. I actually. It's suspenseful. It's fun, and I mean there are some pretty cheesy effects in it, but for the most part, I mean the story's good. Besides Jamie Lee Curtis, the acting was good, and it just was. It was it's definitely like an '80s movie. Like it's kind of like the Goonies. It kind of reminds you of the Goonies.
Well,
it's kind of like it's kind of like an adventure horror, like because they're pirates. So I mean, there's a part of it that really isn't that scary because they're pirates, but it's a good movie.
Well, yeah, it was sort of this. Then it was the piano undertone that was going on the whole time.
Yes.
You hear this in like Halloween soundtracks all the time too. It kind of has a similar Halloween feel to it. And like the Thing feel. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean you didn't see a lot of Jamie Lee Curtis, and not a lot of, and actually there wasn't even a scene with Janet Leigh and Jamie Lee Curtis together really until the very end. But other than that, yeah, I enjoyed this movie. It had a good feel to it, and obviously it had an all-star cast, and for its time, I mean, it was 2 years after it was John Carpenter's second film, and he wanted to get one off after the great success of Halloween. He started writing this right away when he was stoinking Deborah Hill.
Oh yeah,
Deborah Hill had been pissed because this was Adrian Barbeau's first feature film as well, so just gave her the part. He had the upper hand, could do it. But it came out to be a success too. Do we have a box office on this? Yeah, here it is. 21.3 million.
Whoa,
onto
that was good.
Yeah, onto a 1.1 million budget.
Yeah, wow. All right.
So it's pretty good.
But then spent 3 times that marketing. So maybe 3 million spent total and 21 million. Wow.
So that was credited. Yeah, that 21 million. It was probably all from the marketing dollars.
Well, because I mean, obviously it paid off.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I like this movie. It has a lot of elements that I like. It has a feel of isolation in this town on the pier, the ocean, and it's got cold weather sort of, and pirates and fog,
and the ship and the crashing and
the lighthouse is awesome.
No, it's funny. It's kind of like an adventure horror movie with the pirates and the lighthouse and like the sleepy town, and it's Carpenter. Carpenter makes really fun horror movies, in my opinion. Like Halloween's a fun movie. This is a fun movie. The Thing is a fun movie, even though it's probably hands down the goriest that he's done. But they're all kind of just fun movies, and there's not a lot of he doesn't really like beat you down with a whole bunch of backstory either. It's kind of real simple. Yeah, just real fun and simple, and he tells the story really well. Like, I mean, I know they had to go and you said they had to reshoot and add some stuff to it, but I mean, this movie would have been fine probably without the additions to it because it's kind of straightforward.
Would have been fine without the pedophile sea captain in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't have been as much fun, but it still would have worked out okay.
Yeah, it does kind of have that like Goonies feel to it, just I mean, obviously it's more of a horror movie than Goonies. Goonies is more like a family adventure, but it does have like they're stuck, and there's the pirates and the ship, and then there's all the group of people trying to get away from it and stuff. So, but yeah,
that's the fog. The Fog,
another John Carpenter classic.
What'd you watch this week, Rob?
What did you watch?
I watched Cobra.
Oh yeah, me too.
Of course, so did we all.
That was such a good movie.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that after this segment.
You go first because I got to find out.
Oh God, I honestly don't know that I watched anything.
I may not have, but I'm consulting.
Oh,
trying to think if I did too.
I may have watched
Crime
one
is a
more.
disease. Meet the cure.
I may have watched one more episode of Haunting of Hill House, but that could have been last week. God, was I able to sit down? I think I was just watching movies for podcasts.
Did you watch any? Did Shannon have any Hallmark Christmas movies on?
No, definitely not.
Liz did already. And I was like,
it is
not
too
ready.
Early for all that.
That's what I said. I'm like, come on.
No.
Yeah, I didn't get anything else in either.
Yep. So now we're back to you, Rob.
I watched this a little while ago. It wasn't over the last couple of weeks, but I haven't mentioned it. But I did watch Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Oh yeah, I need to see that.
Isn't
it good?
It's on everybody's list. It's Michael Rooker.
I love Rooker.
It's older, right?
Oh yeah, this is from. Oh God, let's see here.
He's like young in it.
This is. Oh my God, Chief. Oh, you stinking
dog fart.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Good
my.
Old dog farts.
They're the best.
Oh my God.
My dog Ty always does it underneath the desk.
Oh, it's like in your teeth. It's so thick. God.
Not even just in your nostrils or in your eyes. It's in your teeth.
It's like a milkshake.
It's like you could drink that.
God almighty.
It's like a nice fine milk stout.
He leaves the room. I was wondering why he got up to leave. He's always underneath my desk, and then as soon as he gets up, the boom just wafts right into my mouth. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
It's 1986.
Okay.
And it's based on Henry Lee Lucas and Otis. So I mean it's based on an actual serial killer.
Yeah.
It's super gritty, super low budget. It is unnerving. Like I mean it's very gory, it's very psychologically crazy, but it won all kind of awards actually. I mean it was I think it even had good reviews, and but it's definitely like it's on everybody's list, so I gave it a chance. I watched it a month or so ago. I just forgot about it, but no, it's on Amazon right now too. It's on Prime.
Check it out. Yeah.
So yeah, it's on Prime, and I guess there's a sequel to it. I haven't seen that, but no, Portrait of a Serial Killer is what I watched.
Check it out. All right.
Nice.
Well, cool. Yeah, I do have some announcements. You guys might just be barraged with episodes this week because we had an interview with Carmelo Camara about a graphic horror novel anthology that they have a Kickstarter going on for. But then, consequently, he's also joined us on our Cult Classic Action podcast, which is for Patreon members at the $5 level and above only. But we did release, and you probably already listened to it, but we released an episode this week as a preview, sort of a little taste of what it is. And he's joining us on that podcast indefinitely, I believe. I think it went well enough. So that will be, if you want to hear more of those, we aren't doing any more free ones. If you want to hear more of those, just go to patreon.com/cultclassichorror and subscribe at $5 or more per month, and you'll get those. We're doing them like once every 2 weeks. So you can just get those delivered to your podcast app from there. They'll give you a link, special link once you subscribe. Or you can go to cultclassichorror.com, and there's a tab, a link that says support us on the upper right. You can click on that. It'll take you there too. Also, if you become a Patreon member at that level, you will have access to our private Patreon members only group, which we're starting to build out right now for those of you that sign up. So we'll be posting about the CCA and the action show there, but we're thinking of other privileges for just that group. We'll probably end up, I know just personally already, whenever I see a notification from that group, I check it like right away, whereas the CCH general group is so big that I skim them, but I'm not like so tentative to it, Mm-hmm. So the interaction with us is usually a lot more in that group, and we'll probably end up going live in that group a little bit more, and just special stuff like that.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, look for that. I'm also releasing an interview tomorrow that I did with an author on an awesome book. He's also in the death metal band Broken Hope, if you old timers know them. Did an interview with him, so that'll release probably tomorrow. God, do I have another interview too? I think that's it. So this week, if you're a regular listener, you're getting hit with like 4 episodes at a minimum. I might have one other interview I'm forgetting about that I did that I need to release. So yeah, 4 episodes this week. So you're special. Yes. But yeah, we'll be back at it again next week with your normal horror show. Do we know what we're covering next week yet?
We don't.
No,
do
we don't.
All right, we're gonna figure that out and like announce it early, because I think I might want to get the Blu-ray and check the extras. We'll see how much time. I don't have a lot of time right now, but we'll get it going. Cool. Well, thanks for listening. Follow us at Cult Classic Horror on everything, at CC Horror on Twitter, at Danny Bonin, at Scotty Bonin, at O'Neilio 4 O's on Instagram. And that be it. So
sounds good.
Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next week.
Later, guys.
Later.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.